Today we actually have a lot of choices for that with the advent of high throughput satellites, remote sensing systems, wireless constellations that are looking to be rolled out. You know, at Kratos, one technology that we're really excited about is IF/IP. So the ability to really distribute RF or IF information over IP networks. So, you know, I like to make an analogy around, you know, the advent of telephony. So if you think, you know, I'm old enough back when I was growing up, you were locked to your landline and you had to have a cord to talk, which always made it kind of interesting when your mom was in the kitchen making dinner and you had to do the cord dance around her cord as she talked to people on the phone. Well, if you think about that, that's kind of our current RF distribution medium today. And then we progressed to cordless phones in the home. So that gave you a little more freedom. You have the big telescoping antenna. Sound quality wasn't so great, but you could actually now move around the house and have conversations. I would make that more analogous to IF over fiber distribution. If you think about IF over IP, that's really more analogous to mobile telephony. So now with mobile telephony, you're free to go anywhere you want to have a telephone conversation or send emails or surf the web. Well, IF over IP is similar. So now you're free to have the flexibility to have your ground system architected in any way that enables you to really meet your business needs. So we're very excited about a product we call SpectroNet. So that lets you distribute RF and IF information over IP networks. So the great thing about IF over IP is every time we talk to a customer, we learn about a new use case. But what those are really coalescing around is flexibility. So you now have the flexibility of maybe consolidating all your satellite equipment, like a VSAT hub or expensive modems in a central facility, and remoting that signal any distance to teleport so that they can be uplinked to satellites. So now you can operate in more of a data center mode. Another use case is extending the capability of hubs into new markets more easily. So let's say you're a VSAT operator, you want to open a new market. Well, now you don't have to buy an entire hub. You can buy a couple line cards, our SpectroNet systems, and really remote that hub's capabilities into a new market. And as business grows, you can then replace SpectroNet with hubs in the future. Another one is just really flex site diversity. So we can now enable site diversity solutions over any distance, so the teleports don't have to be close to each other in terms of less than 100 kilometers that IF over fiber supports. They now can be any distance apart. So when you're looking for a second teleport, you can alleviate that distance constraint in your search and really go with a partner that makes the most sense both financially and from an operational perspective. Sure. So, like I said earlier, a lot of times we'll learn about new use cases. One recent one is really the distribution of UHF signals. So now we can transport UHF signals so that people can be on handheld radios but be hundreds of kilometers apart and still have a conversation. So that's a new market that we really didn't know existed for the technology when we started out. Another one, again, is around hub extension, so be able to help people extend a hub's capabilities or a modem's capabilities. Or from the government standpoint, the ability for government modems to be used in conjunction with commercial teleports, because now the modem can stay in a secure location and it can project its capabilities out to commercial teleports for uplink to either commercial or military satellites. Our SpectroNet product, we're going to expand its capability to be able to serve the high throughput satellite market. So we'll have a 5 gigahertz chassis with multiple 500 megahertz cards. So that's exciting from our standpoint. Another technology we're bringing to the commercial market is IP data protection. So the ability to protect IP data streams for real-time data. So if you think about IP networks, they're great for distributing email and surfing the web, but there's a lot of issues around real-time data distribution. So our product DDX will let people optimize real-time transfer of information across IP networks so they can take advantage of the explosion of IP connectivity for real-time applications.